My name's Zio, and we don't normally cover sensitive real-world topics here, but I feel like this one is important. So what happened exactly? A law called the Online Safety Act just went into effect in the UK, or rather a certain part of said law. Actually, this has been around since 2023. The long and short of it is, websites have to protect users from illegal or harmful content. This extends to pretty much anything with user interaction like Discord, YouTube, or X. This includes content related to dangerous stunts, violence, porn, self-deletion, what have you. So these platforms are also required to keep this stuff off of kids' news feeds. So now these platforms have to make users prove that they're adults by taking a selfie or showing ID. Companies who don't comply with this face some pretty hefty fines over there. This could destroy a smaller platform. This is being enforced by Ofcom, or the Office of Communications over there. They have pretty similar functions, but Ofcom also controls the postal service over there. This made VPN companies really popular over there in the past few days. Now the government over there is talking about banning those. There was even a petition to the government that got over 360,000 signatures. Well, they responded to it. I would like to thank all those who signed the petition. It is right that the regulatory regime for in-scope online services takes a proportionate approach, balancing the protection of users from online harm with the ability for low-risk services to operate effectively and provide benefits to users. The government has no plans to repeal the Online Safety Act and is working closely with Ofcom to implement the act as quickly and effectively as possible to enable UK users to benefit from its protections. Proportionality is a core principle of the Act and is built into its duties. As regulators for the online safety regime, Ofcom must consider the size and risk level of different types and kinds of services when recommending steps providers can take to comply with requirements. Duties in the Communications Act 2003 require Ofcom to act with proportionality and target action where it is needed. Some duties apply to all user-to-user and search services in scope of the Act. This includes risk assessments, including determining if children are likely to access the services, and if so, assessing the risk of harm to children. While many services carry low risks of harm, the risk assessment duties are key to ensuring that risky services of all sizes do not slip through the net of regulation. For example, the government is very concerned about small platforms that host harmful content, such as forums dedicated to encouraging self-deletion. Exempting small services from the Act would mean that services like these forums would not be subject to the Act's enforcement powers. Even forums that might seem harmless carry potential risks, such as where adults come into contact with child users. Once providers have carried out their duties to conduct risk assessments, they must protect the users of their services from the identified risks of harm. Ofcom's illegal content codes of practice set out recommended measures to help providers comply with these obligations, measures that are tailored in relation to both size and risk. If a provider's risk assessment accurately determines that the risks faced by users are low across all harms, Ofcom's codes specify that they only need some basic measures.
So they basically said, "Poppycock, it's full of children. Don't you care about the children?"
Apologies to my British friends there. Xbox announced they're rolling out an age verification system over there, and I imagine other platforms are going to do the same here pretty soon. Now they're going after Rumble, which is a US-based alternative video platform. Now the US wants to roll out something similar. It's called the Kids Online Safety Act. There were two other attempts at this, but it never got anywhere. Another attempt at this showed up this past May. This is pretty similar in scope to the UK version. A lot of things would vary from state to state as well. And this comes on the heels of several adult games getting yanked off of Steam and other platforms. The UK is like the canary in the coal mine right now. If this rolls out here in the States, the internet is going to get exponentially worse, especially when you consider these platforms are based out of the US. This isn't just about gooners, they're just a convenient scapegoat. I don't know, man. I'm all for protecting kids, but this ain't it. George Orwell couldn't dream this shit up. How many fingers am I holding up, Winston? 4! Psst. Ah! Yes, that's a scene from 1984. I don't know, man. Some of the worst ideas in human history have sprung forth from being under the banner of "for the children." this just opens Pandora's box for much worse things. If you're in the States, definitely reach out to your local congressman, tell them this is a bad idea. This is a much bigger thing than just games and gooners. If you're affected by this, how much of the internet's been broken for you so far? So anyway, that's a wrap. I hope you have a blessed day. And remember, to thy notes all be true. Until next time, farewell.